Okay, so we are back to our Sony TC-K5. So a few months have gone by since I started this video, and this thing was actually sitting disassembled for a while, and finally I got some cheapo Chinese-o belts. That's gonna be fun. The reason I didn't want to go with like full belt replacement, which cost a lot of, it's gonna cost pretty much as I paid for this device, and I decided to first I'm gonna put some kind of cheesy belts and see if it actually does something. Also I have even more, so I have even more belts over here in those boxes, which is gonna be a replacement for the whatever belt is here, this belt, whatever, utility belt or real belt, I don't know how the belt which actually used for a spinning when you are rewinding or for rewinding back or forward. So I'm gonna, first of all, I'm gonna locate belt for this just to make sure I have something, and then I try to approximate and locate belt for that one. Right, so I'm gonna just do it right here, or maybe like this. I have like mountain of different belts over here, and looks like there is a really good chance to find replacement for that one. Yeah, there's plenty of belts of this sort of caliber here, and thickness and the dimension. Not this one. This one's pretty close, but maybe it's a bit too long. This one is a good candidate. This one. It's actually really close. Maybe a bit too small. Okay, let's get another one that's really look like too small. This one definitely too small. Okay, let's try this one. This one might be even better candidate. Okay, try that one. Please move it aside. The reason I want to just try it now to see if I need to actually keep. Let's get some tools here. That seems to be kind of okay, so just gonna keep it for now. Maybe I'll get even shorter one, which is second candidate is this one. I'm gonna set it aside. Okay, I'll take a little baggie and put all these jars back in. I don't have super crazy high expectations that this belt's gonna serve a long time. I don't know what they made of and how long they're gonna serve, but at least we have a chance. Okay, so let's take a look at this stuff. This is bulk of flatbed belts again from, yeah. Hopefully they're not all super long, because looks like they're gonna be all super long. Oh, look at this beast. It's much bigger, much wider. Who knows, maybe it'll be SOL. Yeah, the quality here is way worse than actually way worse than these guys. This is even, yeah, I have to, if I ever gonna install this crap, it has to be cleaned up. Yeah, well, I think I got what I paid for. Well, at least I still have to disassemble it no matter what before I proceed. Because unfortunately in this case that's not easy to access just like that. You have to remove this wheel. Sorry, this bracket over here. So let's do it. Looks like no one ever opened these ones because they are really tight. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. The heck is this? Some sort of shim? These are not plastic. These are actually made of machined aluminum. Like, wow, very nice. This one too. Very easy to clean, obviously, in this case. Oh my god, excuse me. Doesn't come. Oh, I see. They have to... Whoa. Oh, wow, this is aluminum too. That's nice. What else? Okay, here we have, that's a front panel. It's actually, this one is wobbly. Have to take a look why. But this is all we have, and again, lots of Japanese text here. It's crazy. Very nice switches, very simple looking. Okay, here's the front panel. This is a bit different from another Sony I have. So this front panel has screws over here as well, so try to take those. I'm wondering if I have to. Maybe I don't even have to touch these. No, I won't gonna be touching them. But I'll be touching these guys. This is very important not to lose all the stuff inside the tape mechanism. gonna be kind of challenging to fiddle it out. I had this happen to me. Oh my god, that was such a problem. Okay, let's go on the back side. I think we have two small screws. Oh, very tight as well. Huh, now I know what those shims from. Have to detach this noisy mechanism over here. It is also nice to remove this cassette door over here. It would help dramatically to removing this tape mechanism. So here we are. This is close up to this Sony capstan capstan flywheel, and let's try to remove the belt and compare with what we got in bulk. In any case, it has to be removed because of the, judging by its condition. Oopsies. Okay, still have to remove this one. It's kinda not, it's kinda stretches but does not, it actually returns in its, it's not too bad. Okay, let me find something similar. This one even smaller. Okay, so I came up with this contraption where I can measure the width, the length of the belt. So this one gonna be 140, so looks like 2, and you have to find something which is in this pile, which is similar to this. 142. Is this close? No, this one is not. Is this close? Okay, how stretchy is this guy? Are these guys? I can stretch this one. And they are different thickness. This one is thinner, but it has this kink over here. Has this kink over here, I don't like it. Yeah. It's pretty subpar quality. This one seems doesn't have a kink. Okay, let me wash it or something. I'll be back. I'll wash this one. Alright, this is the belt is washed, and this is how it looks like. I'm not sure if you really see, it's sort of shiny. It's kind of it looks like it's a different sort of rubber, but it's quite stretchy. So let's give it a try. Okay, let's try to install our new sort of belt and see if it's even fit here, because it's really hard to tell. Because there's a chance it's a bit too wide. Oh wow, it's not easy. Okay, it is too wide. Not gonna work. So yeah, this crop is too wide. Okay, I found kind of shorter one, just for giggles, gonna try that one instead. Not shorter, but narrower one. So all my previous operations are in vain. Just gonna try it first before I clean it up. Alright guys, no success. None of these belts were actually good enough in order to replace this one. Okay, so this one is so much thinner, this one is too thick, so they essentially fall off. Yeah, no, so this is junk, it's not gonna help me at all. So I guess paying a few dollars in hope and get something proper working, it's not gonna happen in this case, and I still have to get proper belt for this model. So in the meantime, we're gonna assemble it together, actually put this belt back, measure it, and put this belt back. I know it's 142, and actually order a proper belt in order to fix this deck. Alright, my friends, I assemble this back when it's used to be, because I decided while I'm waiting for the proper belt, I just try to power this up and to see what other problems this thing might have. For example, if there is there is no playback, some amplifiers are not working, some other components failed, or capacitors. So I can, in ordering, while just waiting for the bells to come, I order other parts and they would come in same time. So take a look at this deck playing my level calibration cassette, and as you see, a left channel actually showing quite a substantial level of signal, while a right channel showing pretty quiet level of signal. So there are two possibilities. First of all, there is a right channel is out, you know, some transistors go, but like there is no ICs in the signal path in this particular DAC. It's quite simpler than other DACs, quite more repairable because of this, but at the same time, sometimes it's just easy to replace, you know, op amp and Bob's your uncle. But in this case, you have to trace and see what transistor, what capacitor, what other things have failed. So, well, capacitors are still the problem in any case, but with transistors you have a little bit more itsy bitsy components to trace, but it's much more repairable and you need to, you know, look for that obsolete IC anymore. So anyways, so I would have to trace. There are a few possibilities. First of all, this contact may be a problem. Seems like they are okay. Also, the potentiometer over here may need some cleanup, and actually it's quite scratchy. Those two potentiometers may need the cleanups, and this deck doesn't have many potentiometers, but switches and potentiometers gonna be cleaned up. But that's not all. So that's not all, because this particular deck has those switches over here, and those switches switching the record and playback mode, and they are quite a bit of a pain in the ass to repair. Or clean up, so they may need some cleanup, and then if all cleanup not gonna help, I would like to trace actually the signal. So I'm gonna go from the playback head amplifier to preamplifier to Dolby B decoder and things like that, to actually understand where we're losing a right channel. Maybe there is, like, you know, bad capacitor somewhere, bad coupling capacitor in between, not in between channels, but in between cascades or something like that. There could be many different things and quite a bit of capacitors here, but I don't see any obviously failed capacitors. They all looks like they all Nichicon, and then they are actually looking okay. There is few Elna capacitors. Yeah, there is a whole bunch of coils over here and kind of cool looking inductors. I like them. Those orange ones, these are Elna, transformer of some sort. I don't know what it's for, but yes, these are two transformers. This is bias oscillator, as I mentioned previously. So I'm gonna try to trace the signal. I'm gonna try to assemble as much as possible, not to have it messy. So first of all, I'm gonna clean up this and that. I'm gonna clean up also all those switches over here, because this is much easier to access from the bottom. And if this is not gonna help to have a red channel available, I will try to trace a signal from the playback, starting from the playback and all the way to the final amplifier on the line out over here. Okay, so let me clean first. So for the cleaning, I'm going to be using this product, 44B. And actually this works wonder, because I have other cleaning up product from Motormaster. This is Canadian Tire brand, some other jobs, and actually none of them do the good job as this product. So yeah, I recommend this, and obviously they are a bit cheaper. This one is not super cheap, but yeah, this works way better. This is cleaner, and I think this is just cleaner. Anyways, I also have cleaner and lubricant, so sometimes I use this and then cleaner and lubricant after this cleaner actually done the good job. And cleaner and lubricant actually helps to lubricate contacts to make sure they are not gonna get corroded and scratchy further down the road. Alright, I'm gonna clean off camera because that's gonna be messy. Okay, now after cleaning up contacts, cleaning up these switches, cleaning up those two potentiometers, looks like we are okay and level pretty high. I'm not sure why it's showing actually +5. This is supposed to be 0 dB, not I'm not sure if this is showing dBs or showing VUs. dBs and VUs sort of not the same. I think, sorry for poking my finger here, this one is supposed to be 0 dB. Yeah, like this Dolby 0 dB signal. Let's share that. Where is the Dolby? Okay, equalization is normal, bias is low, off. So now everything is off, like Dolby on doesn't do anything. This microphone line, I'm just looking here at this reference plate. Okay, so we have a signal. Let's listen to it and to see how it sounds. But this is good progress. Also, I've cleaned, as I showed you, I've cleaned up the big ass switch over there inside the DAC, which switches between rack and playback mode. Right now, it's obviously by default it's in the playback mode. Looks like we are okay. Obviously, the speed highly likely is wrong, so hence the frequency probably gonna be off. Let me listen to it first. I think we are at the stage where it's probably there is no point to do any further investigation because I don't have proper belt, so I cannot really tune up my speed, and speed is unstable. Because speed is unstable, all my calibration could be unstable. So when I not at the moment, like without proper belt and calibrated speed, all this calibration and tracing the signal and looking for some interferences and other crap probably doesn't have much sense. So I'm gonna stop at this moment, assemble it, and wait for the belt to come. Definitely it's gonna be part 3 when I actually put this belt, new proper belts on, or belt, because this belt seems to be doing well. The one I replaced, the capstan belt, is the problem. And actually there is a revelation for me. You see, it's a I didn't realize that this little belt actually has nothing to do with playback and rewind and going forward. This little belt is essentially responsible for auto stop. So let's assemble it together while we are waiting for the belts to arrive. Obviously I need to shut it down, disconnect it from the outlet. Alright, so the tape mechanism So I decided not to put these decorative panels. I'm gonna rather secure this with short M4 screws, just like this. Oops. Because I cannot use the original ones, because original ones are very long, they can probably touch something, but these short ones I have, stainless steel ones, they're very nice. I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna this is gonna make sure those nice decorative panel not gonna get scratched while I'm like poking like constantly with this tape deck. Also, it's a very good possibility just to, you know, have this decorative panel or any other decorative panel. So it's like a nice possibility to upgrade. So I do have my other Sony TC-K5, which it doesn't have these decorative panels, and I'm pretty sure they kind of, I think they are. I'll be back. No, I just brought it towards the other deck that I repaired, Sony TC-K5. Here's the video about my repair, and this turned out to be that much longer, so it's bigger than this deck. So yeah, it's too short for it. But anyways, now if you want two decks matching kind of design, I can leave them without this. So we have assembled this beauty in its original shape. And obviously I clean up all those knobs, and now they look so much better. So here we are. I assembled it all in its original shape, put it all together. It's cleaned up, and it seems to be working. I'm playing some YouTube tunes, YouTube license-free tunes on my Fuji DR2 Type 2 DAG, hence the chrome or settings here. So this DAG doesn't have metal settings, has normal for chrome, and actually I don't owe any for chrome cassettes. It's Type 3 cassette. It looks like it's doing well. VU meters are responsive, blinking LEDs over here with some peak levels. Seems to be doing well. Here's how it's recording, how it sounds. It actually sounds. Let me crank up at 10. I think it's doing well. I think it is doing well. And even playback speed seems to be okay, from what I remember this track, how it sounds from before. So yeah, there is a good potential. This deck doesn't need really much of a fiddling around. Just replace the belt, maybe double check the speed, check levels if they are at the right level, and that's it. Yeah, I think it's a very good, potentially very good repair, and I will be more than happy to have this deck properly repaired, tuned, and calibrated. So, but we're gonna do this in episode 3 when I'm gonna get a belt for the capstan belt, and after that I tune up speed and continue with calibration of this deck. We will do it together. So thank you guys for watching. This was episode 2 with Inside Out Electronics, repairing Sony stereo cassette deck TC-K5.